as the farmers prepare to receive their bonuses next month, they are motivated to work harder to not only improve quantity but also quality, the main factor that guarantees high pay. I wish to acknowledge that a reserved price is cushioning farmers against market uncertainties. But with the expanding international market, we also must push the bonuses even higher in the next 5 years. That is why we'll follow up on the implementation of the tea reforms to the last dot. A review of all legal, policy, and regulative frameworks is ongoing for lasting reforms, and I appreciate members of the National Assembly and the Senate from the tea-growing counties for their commitment in these reforms. And our foreign policy, the main responsibilities of ambassadors and heads of mission going forward is to maintain current and expand our footprints into new markets for our products. The performances of our ambassadors and high commissioners will be pegged on the delivery of this assignment of expanding existing markets and opening up new markets in the world. Competition for traditional markets, including Pakistan, the United Kingdom, the United Arab Emirates, Yemen, and Russia is growing. This calls for production on our part of more in quality, quantity, and specialty teas. This is how we will penetrate new markets, including China, Taiwan, Lithuania, the Democratic Republic of Congo, among others. Already, Kenya has exported tea under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, a market of over 1.3 billion people. Besides dignifying our farmers in their hustles, the reason the RUTO administration is taking seriously implementation of reforms is for the tea subsector to contribute to rebuilding our economy. We cannot improve our economy when we are spending more on importation than exports. We cannot strengthen our shilling against the major global currencies when key subsectors are underperforming. Tea is one of the crops that will assist us in increasing the foreign exchange reserves. Tea contributes about 2% to our GDP and 4% to the agricultural GDP. It earns an approximately 120 billion Kenya shillings in exports, translating to about 26% in foreign exchange. Globally, Kenya is the third producer and the biggest exporter, accounting for 28% of the world tea. In 2021, the tea subsector earned the country 136 billion Kenya shillings in foreign exchange. Last year, we earned 138 billion Kenya shillings. This year, we fully roll out reforms. We project the export earnings to rise to about 150 billion Kenya shillings. Na mimi nashukuru kwa sababu tangu tukae Kericho tukakubaliana na hao wangwana. At least the players in the tea industry have embraced the reforms. You know? And there has been no resistance. And this is the fruit of embracing reforms in our tea subsector. Even in milk, we have been able to suppress the few cartels who are there, and we are making good progress. Pahali tuko na resistance kali ya cartels ni kwa kahawa. Lakini tutapambana na hawa. Nimeona watu ya standard wakisema ati tumeinua mkono. Nani yainue mkono? Tumesema wanatusumbua because they are so entrenched. Wamekunywa damu ya mkulima wa kahawa for 30 years. Sasa tukijaribu kuwatoa pale ni kama kupe ukijaribu kutoa kwa ng'ombe. Wanatupa mateke, wanasumbua, wana create artificial problems, lakini tuko na hawa. And we are determined, and there is no way we can abandon reforms in the agricultural sector. And I want to say, when we met in Kericho, and I appealed to you to embrace reforms, and you did it, these are the results of reforms. And I want to say the government will support KDDA to hilt. Mutapata usaidizi kila pande kutoka kwa serikali yetu. And I want to ask you, because everything is leadership. A factory is as good as its directors. A factory is as successful as its leadership. And a factory is as rotten as its leadership. So, uongozi ndio kitu ya maana. And you people have proven through results that you are offering good leadership in the various factories you have been elected. I want to say congratulations, and you have the support of the President and I, the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Trade. Na hii soko tutatafuta pamoja na nyinyi. Mimi wacha ngangana na hii watu ya kahawa wiki 3-4, alafu nataka tuchukuane na directors tuende mpaka Iran kutafuta soko. Toke hapo tuende mpaka Pakistan, tuende Uingereza. Hapa Sudan tulikuwa na soko mzuri, sasa hii majenerali wanapigana, soko yetu imeenda chini. So we must open new markets. And I am going to take a lot of time to lead delegations of the tea players to look for new markets internationally. Because once we get new markets and we get good prices for the farmers will produce more and better tea. Mambo ya poaching ya chai, hawking of tea. We are going to support you. We are going to support you 100%. I'll convene a meeting next week between the board, the Inspector General of Police, the Director of Criminal Investigations, the new Director of Public Prosecution, and the PSC Internal Security. You bring us a list of areas where you have challenge. Na hiyo watu tutarokota hiyo watu yote within a month. Hutawasikia tena. Tuwarokote hapa tuwarokote. Tutawarokota wote. Hakuna, we cannot accept for them to reap where they have not sown. These are terrible people. These are economic saboteurs. Na hii ni watu wanatakiwa kuwa kule jela vile rais alisema. Mambo alisema ni ngapi? Hata nyinyi mnasema mambo ni 3. So I want to send a clear warning to the tea poachers and those who are hooking our tea. Mkuwe tayari. Tutapambana na nyinyi. Mnatujaribu na tutaonana. Wanaume si ni kuonana? Tutaonana. So next week I'll call the directors, I'll call the IG, DCI, PS Internal Security and the DPP. We agree on a framework. Mutulete hiyo yote, will mobilize the various security teams across the tea growing counties. Hiyo watu yote tutarokota na hakuna mtu atasumua nyinyi tena. That one you are going to deal with. And you are getting that commitment from the presidency. It will happen. We cannot allow people to reap where they have not sown. Hiyo ni kitu hatuwezi kubali. And we have the necessary human resource. Tuko na polisi ya kutosha, tuko na admin ya kutosha, koti ziko, watu ya kupeleka watu kotini wako. All we need is you come and tell us where we have a challenge. Wanakangombe hapa. We'll call those people, the security committee, I'll convene them a meeting, we'll give them instructions, and we'll give them a deadline when they must sort out this issue once and for all. Kwa hivyo mimi, KDDA factories recorded a turnover of 95.3 billion Kenya shillings in 2023 compared to 93.02 billion last year. This is an increment of over 2.3 billion Kenya shilling. Mujipigie makofi. There was a growth of 2.28%. The total payment of farmers grew by 7.6%, reaching 67.7 billion Kenya shillings. The average rate for the green leaf per kilo delivered to factories grew by 18% to reach 59.1 Kenya shillings compared to last year, which was 50.14 Kenya shillings per kilo. Allow me, distinguished directors, to single out the top 3 performing factories in the annual combined earning. The Gachagua Tea Factory from my home county of Nyeri registered an impressive 78.3 Kenya shillings per kilo, an increment of 26%. This factory is also the country's leading processor of orthodox tea, whose consumption is on a steady rise across the globe. At Imenti Tea Factory in Meru County, where again my mother came from, farmers earned 73.1 Kenya shillings per kilo. On the other hand, farmers of Mutembei Tea Factory, again the land of my mother, in Meru, earned 68.6 Kenya shillings per kilo. I must acknowledge and congratulate Momul Tea Factory in Kericho County for leading consistently in producing quality tea. From this year's results, it is exciting to note that even the lowest factories, such as Nyankomba in Nyamira County, Kapsara in Trans Nzoia County, and Kiamokama in Kisii County, registered a huge improvement. Nyankomba was the most improved factory, reaching 37%, with farmers earning 55 Kenya shillings per kilo from a low of 40.1 Kenya shillings in the previous year. Pongezi. A hearty congratulations to the farmers of these 3 factories for the improvement. I'm sure they'll perform even better next year and the years to come. This climate change remains a threat to crop yields. As witnessed, there was a drastic drop in production late last year and early this year due to prolonged drought. We encourage KTDA to partner with county governments in provision of extension services, as well as entrenching climate-smart agriculture for sustained production. Mambo ya orthodox tea is a way to go because munaona Gachagua, and the market for orthodox tea is big in the world. I am going to propose to you today, wale hawana mtambo wa orthodox tea mwende mketi. I want to create a framework. We have agreed with the president, the national government and the county governments and yourself. Tukae chini, tusaidiane kuweka hiyo mtambo wa orthodox tea. Serikali, national government itoe kiasi fulani, county government itoe kiasi fulani. I have a meeting with them next Friday, na nyinyi mtoe kiasi fulani. Because kama hiyo chai over above CTC is $1. By simply just doing orthodox, mkulima anafaidika automatically. So we are willing as a government to put in some money because we are committed to assisting the tea farmer in Kenya. Our government is clear that the way to restore this economy is through supporting the farmers. And we are willing to put money in partnership with yourselves and the county governments so that we can have each and every factory with an orthodox processing plant so that we can get better prices and we can get better markets. Again, it is true, our MP for Gatundu South, pia ni director wa chai, amesema ya kwamba to lower the cost of production, the greatest challenge is electricity. And I know, and we discuss in Kericho, that some factories are generating their own power. But there is a problem because when they put it on the grid, they are paid at a lower fee, yet they are sold at a very higher fee. So next week, I'm going to convene a meeting between yourselves and the Minister for Energy and Petroleum, Davis Chirchil, so that we agree on how we can support the tea industry to bring down the cost of power. Iko mambo mawili inamaliza familia: ugonjwa na kesi, si ndio? These cases between former directors and the present ones, we talked in Kericho, lawyers from both sides waongee. We see whether we can have a win-win situation, and I think I want to come in now. Nilikuwa nimeita Bwana Kanyago tuongee na yeye kama wazee na wale wengine. Nitajaribu kama mzee kuwaita hawa tuone kama tutakubaliana. These cases are detrimental to the tea farmer, because ile mawakili mnalipa ku defend, you don't bear that cost from your pocket. It is borne by the farmer, isn't it? So mtu yote anapeleka wakulima kotini is an enemy of the farmer, because sasa wewe ukipeleka mawakili hawa na vile wanalipisha bei kali, lazima walipwe na hiyo pesa ni ya mkulima. So allow me a chance to look for these directors. We see whether we can agree. We try to persuade them ya kwamba these cases are not good and they should think of the farmer. And if they are genuine, that they care for the tea farmer, they should find a way of withdrawing these cases so that we can concentrate on serving the tea farmer. The tea subsector. A stable tea subsector is good for our country, because we depend on this sector for our foreign exchange earnings. So I want to say, nikiwa hapa, hakuna mtu atakubaliwa kamwe to destabilize your leadership. Mzungu anasema, if it's working, don't fix it. So nyinyi mumeonesha uhodari wenu kwa usimamizi wa chai, na mimi nashukuru kwa sababu tangu tukae Kericho tukakubaliana na hao wangwana. At least the players in the tea industry have embraced the reforms, you know, and there has been no resistance, and this is the fruit of embracing reforms in our tea subsector. Even in milk, we have been able to suppress the few cartels who are there, and we are making good progress. Pahali tuko na resistance kali ya cartels ni kwa kahawa, lakini tutapambana na hawa. Nimeona watu ya Standard wakisema ati tumeinua mkono. Nani yainue mkono? Tumesema wanatusumbua because they are so entrenched. Wamekunywa damu ya mkulima wa kahawa for 30 years. Sasa tukijaribu kuwatoa pale ni kama kupe ukijaribu kutoa kwa ng'ombe. Wanatupa mateke, wanasumbua, wana create artificial problems, lakini tuko na hawa. And we are determined, and there is no way we can abandon reforms in the agricultural sector. And I want to say, when we met in Kericho, and I appealed to you to embrace reforms, and you did it, these are the results of reforms. And I want to say the government will support KDDA to hilt. Mutapata usaidizi kila pande kutoka kwa serikali yetu. And I want to ask you, because everything is leadership. A factory is as good as its directors.
Jambo ambalo tunaomba utusaidie kidogo. Iyo cost of production, the biggest component is energy. Both electricity, diesel, and firewood. Biomass is very expensive for us. Therefore, the only solution will be to change and move with other people like EABL, other practitioners in the industry who are now using solar. But we have a few challenges here and there to solarize our plants. We have some technologies that are not exactly well tested, but we know we have hydrogen generators, which is very futuristic and very aspirational to move. But ultimately, with your support, watu ya Ministry ya Energy wakitu support sisi, tutaweza kutoka pale, so that this 50 shillings that goes to cost of production, because I think the most efficient factory now has gone above 70. And there are times we were at about 71, 72 hapo, lakini imeendelea kupanda. We are now getting 80, 90, 100 If we reduce the cost of production, these 40 shillings will go directly to the pocket of the farmer as a payout. Kwa sababu sisi hatuna jinsi ingine. Sisi tukifanya hesabu yetu, ile pesa yote, we don't keep surplus. Pesa yote tunalipa wakulima. We only leave a little pesa kidogo ya dividends ya wale ambao ni shareholders, ambao pia ni wakulima. Kuna jambo limetusumbua sana, haswa sisi kutoka zone 1. Kwa sababu kuna watu tulikuja tukawapatia hapo tukawa majamii na jirani wema, tukawakubalia kwamba wawekezaji wa kibinafsi wawe na factory zao. Lakini kwa sababu ya hali ilivyo, kumeanza kusukumana. Tunapata kwamba poaching imetusukuma sana. Ile kitu inaitwa mangirito. Your Excellency, because charity begins at home, ni vizuri nikwambie, I represent 2 factories, Theta and Darugo. 2020-2021, we received green leaf of 36 million kilograms. This year, we only received 25 million kilograms, a loss of 11 million kilograms. This increases our cost of production because machine tukigurumisha ni ile. Yenye ilikuwa inatengeneza 36 million kilos, ndio hii inatengeneza 25 million kilos. So our cost of production has really gone up kwa sababu ya hii maneno ya poaching. But I am happy to see Mr. Kahio here, the chairman, because jana ametoa idhini ama ametoa ilani kwa wale ambao wanafanya uchukuzi wa majani. He has given new and further conditions to the tea transporters, and he needs support. As we speak here, I have a truck in Gatundu police station yenye nilishika through the public a week ago. Kama iko na majani wamekuja kubeba, wamekuja kupoach majani yetu. These are the challenges that are giving us, and this one now requires the administration washikane pale. I have been frustrated before kwa sababu unashika nasemekana DPPs sijui crop inspector wako hapa, watu wa ministry, kwamba hakuna report ile mwafaka ya kufanya DPP aweze kufanya prosecution. But now with those na wale watu kutoka kwa T-board wametusaidia, tumeanza kushika wale na kuwapeleka kotini. Kwa hivyo sisi tunashukuru sana.
In an effort to ensure more prosperous future for our farmers, the tea sector leadership aims to increase the farmers' earning by at least 10% annually. This will be achieved through a multifaceted approach. First and foremost, we are committed to enhancing the stability of the tea sector by fostering strong stakeholder relationship. This, Your Excellency, is a prerequisite for fostering a conducive work environment for all. Additionally, we acknowledge the need to diversify our market and reduce over-reliance on traditional ones. By intensifying our marketing efforts, we aim to uncover and exploit new markets, ensuring sustainable growth for our products. Your Excellency, we are also keen to embrace product diversification through production of orthodox teas alongside our traditional black tea. Furthermore, we are in pursuit of tea value addition plans that will undoubtedly augment returns for our esteemed farmers. While we are grateful for the positive strides made this far, we humbly request further government support in some key areas. Specifically, we beseech the government to extend further fertilizer subsidy for tea farmers this year to match the government second phase subsidy program at the rate of 2,500 shillings per kg bags. Further, we implore the government to expedite the implementation of the VAT waiver policy on packaging materials. This will go a long way in promoting validation efforts, thereby unlocking new potential for growth. To enhance our efforts in exploring new markets, we seek support of the government in addressing duties, unfavorable trade barriers, and other changes in some of these markets. Additionally, we seek government support in establishing orthodox production plants through the possible provision of grants or soft loan a move that will fortify our industry and secure its future.